like to thank Ed Miliband for what he had to say. Let me say first of all that AV is not a hugely complex system, which some of its critics suggest. It's as easy as putting 1, 2, 3 instead of a single cross, but it makes a huge difference to the effect on politics. Britain, I think, for a very long time has been split on what one might call tribal political grounds. It's now possible for somebody to win a safe seat and keep it for years on the basis of less than a third of the vote. It's about time that we actually created an electoral system that drew on the strengths of all people and that enabled this country to be governed more effectively and to be governed on the basis of thinking through what the long-term needs of our country are. So first of all, it isn't complicated. Secondly, there's a lot of extraordinary material going around about how expensive it would be, and I want to make it clear that we are not about to import a lot of Florida voting machines which would enable us to start counting tiny cards. Not at all. The effect of voting by 1, 2, 3 rather than by voting on a single cross is to persuade would-be MPs to try to reach the needs of all the people in their constituency, not to rely to simply concentrate on a particular small minority of party activists, but to speak to everyone in the constituency, to make them think about the common good of that particular area. I think the same applies to the country as a whole. I think AV will bring in a much more conscious awareness of what the entire country needs in an attempt to reach out to all sections of the community. But there's a second effect which I believe to be very important, and which one can see by comparing first past the post with other systems of voting of a fairer kind. And that is that it gives a considerably greater chance to women and to ethnic minorities to actually be represented in Parliament. It is quite shocking that now, 100 years after women's suffrage, we still have only about a fifth of the House of Commons made up of women, and far less than is correct and right representing ethnic minorities. We are now a multicultural country, and our voting system should reflect that and should reflect the equality of all our citizens. I believe AV will do this. I believe it is the right system for the modern world. I believe it is the right system for the rising generation. And above all, I hope that it will bury the tribal politics that has disfigured so much of the discussion in Britain on so many key political issues. I'll conclude by saying that we all know the kinds of problems that confront us in the future. Problems like climate change, like organised crime, like the battle for resources, like the need to establish a world in which there is a better approach towards conflict to try to deal with it peacefully. All these things require people to work together and not to simply fasten on traditional ancient confrontations. AV is the system for that kind of world. It's the system that will do, I think, best for all our citizens, and I, for one, am very proud to be among its supporters. Thank you.